I'm Tiffani Gyatso, an artist born in Brazil. I studied Tibetan sacred arts in India, and one of my teachers, tutors, and good friend is Karma Sichoe, who I met in 2003 in India. In 2016, he came to the West for the first time, and it happened that I was also there in New York City. I took the special chance to meet him and to record my teacher as a traditional artist reacting to the modern Western art, going from the Ruby Museum of Himalaya Art down to the galleries of Chelsea, also together with my other Brazilian friend Catarina, who lives in New York City. This short movie shows our wandering and a special interview with Karma Sichoe about sacred art and sacred practices through art.
I like this door.
Yeah.
The small one with the heart? Yeah.
Guess, just guess how much.
If I think in normal life, it would be like 100.
Okay, but here
Here in New York, everything is times 10. So 1,000.
1,000?
How much? 45,000? Can you buy an apartment back home with that? This on your wall or an apartment in Brazil?
In Brazil we have a lot.
I like it, but I don't know if I would have this at my home because I would always be thinking of life and death and life and death and the circle, and sometimes it's hard to think of it all the time.
Yeah. And what they done? I imagine if it's your body
Yeah, imagine if it's me.
behind the glass, just
would.
because you're beautiful.
I don't want to be behind the glass after I die. I'm sorry.
Here we're in front of a Warhol, Jeff Koons, Herring. Who else we have? Russell Young.
I don't know if it's got some yet, but
Bansky.
it's a 30 by 40 inches, but
Yeah, Bansky came inside the gallery.
actually she done all the
I like
stuff
Bansky.
by stuff.
He didn't. The temptation of a gallery is too tempting to be only in the street. Yeah, you see? We will see how much that costs.
Walking away from shadows of the past, keeping the motion
What you were saying is if that you find in the garbage, you don't give a value. It's garbage because your reference is the ambience, is where it is. But now this put here, it's worth $100,000. So the artist, it is actually a magician, and when the artist get that meaning, you know, a good artist is a good magician who transform the meaning of things, because things by itself doesn't have a meaning. So that's the emptiness of object.
So, this is what happens in my bathroom every day. But I don't have these things.
What is that?
Pills, and you get very crazy.
feel no emotion, it must be as an eye. Walking away from shadows of the past, keeping the motion forever look back.
How can the artist, you know, practice Dharma through his art?
I think, in a Tibetan tradition, there is no sense of art for the sake of art. Art it's always a medium to build a bridge between the gap, between the. It's always a bridge between the faith and the practitioner. And so while doing the Thangka painting, I guess to practice the art through the secret meaning is always to search oneself and to reflect oneself, through the medium of Thangka. And I think while practicing this, you can be an artist as well as you can be a practitioner.
Not necessarily an artist then.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the artist, but you can be an artist as well as you can be a poet.
But there is no specific learning for the artist in Thangka.
There is no learning such a thing. There's no such a great sense of art. Art is always a medium. Art is always a medium where you can visualize yourself. You can visualize the meaning of the Buddhism, through the visual art. So it's always a medium to clarify your visions and to clarify your visualizations.
Yeah, it's more with a piece of art and not with the practice of actually painting.
So
it's only when the Thangka is ready. Then you.
It's doing art is it's a very sacred practice to do. That's why many it's one of the highest medium where practitioners use. So that's why many of the great lamas are great poets, great painter, especially this present Karmapa. He used art as a medium to practice the visualization. So as I say, they thinking from the point of modern concept of art. It doesn't really imply to Tibetan Thangka painting. Tibetan Thangka painter is always the first to be. It's first the most important to understand how the emotions and how the consciousness and how subtle consciousness work. And all of these things. The most important for the artist is to understand how the mind functions.
What do you think then, when you do your modern art, do you work with your emotions?
I do. So I do carry a lot of baggage from my past as a Thangka painter, and many of the emotion I try to translate through the forms and the colors, So yes.
And you think do you think Thangka misses that the artist can purify its own emotions through the painting of not expressing the emotions, right? Because in Thangka you cannot express your emotions. Then it can happen that it's stuck or held back,
Yeah, I can answer that yes or no. In Thangka, there is a space where you can express your emotions and all these different natures of emotions. But the rule is, the simple rule for the Thangka is first you have to submit yourself. You have to submit yourself to this rule, and then within this rule, you can express your emotions. You can express your anxiety. You can express all this, different emotions through submissions. Yeah. So without submission, you cannot express yourself. So unlike Western art, whole platform is for you to express yourself. You don't need to submit yourself. If you submit, then you are failed.
Then you're holding back.
Yeah, you're holding back, and then it doesn't flow. It doesn't flow the work. So if you submit yourself, then you failed in Western art. And it's completely the other side, different side of the coin to the Tibetan painting is that you have to submit yourself. Only then you can express your emotions.
And what do you think of what we saw today? Do you think it's art without motivation, without intention? Or what do you feel is the intention when a modern artist does stuff like we saw today?
I think the Western art has developed so far that it lost its essence in a way that it's no longer art for the sake of art, art for the sake of provocation, art for the sake of shock you, art for the sake of how it sells, how it create an issue, how it create, so it's very conceptualized. It's not really because in the past the artist has to be a good craftsmanship. It's not longer the case. You only need the idea now. You sell the idea.
And it sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's just crazy.
It is. So many of the painting and art that we saw today, I'm not really surprised, and it doesn't provoke me. It doesn't inspire me. But in the same time, I feel like it shows me a space where there's no border. It's an open space.
Anyone can.
Anyone can be an artist. Anyone can be artist, but you have to know. How you can provoke the
And
issues.
where do you want to touch people in the sense? If it's shocking or if it's love and kindness, through the colors and all. So.
For me, one of the most interesting thing that I like to try, and I always try, is that how the things are working. How we are careless about everything, day-to-day life, and my trying is, how I can provoke the very essence of the issue that we are dealing day-to-day, but we are not very aware of these things. So these are the things that I like to touch on, and I've been doing this, but it's again, it's for me, the art is it's to create issue. Art is to provoke, but it's more than that. You have to have a craftsmanship.
Together with it.
Together with it. It's not just about just selling your idea. It's about how you can put together these subject matters in a very beautiful manner.
I totally agree. That is great.